You won't find it on the internet because it's technical data that you can construct it yourself. There's a special survey that the statistician does. You know how you have the labour survey that comes out each month and it says X number of jobs and unemployment. Once a quarter, what they do is they deconstruct that into the various industries. So what I've done is got that data and then essentially constructed my own chart. So that's why you won't see it on the internet. In terms of health, people get worried because they're saying, oh, that's government. It's actually private sector health. What we find generally in services is people's balance sheets generally in Australia are pretty good. So what they will tend to do is they will say, if I really desperately need this, so if I need to pay my lawyer's bills, I need to get my kid educated, I might not like my utility bills, but I will pay them. So that means that the services demand is going to continue to grow. The other area, so as a bank, we look at parts of the economy and we say we're going to have a specialised bank in X. And the specialised banks tend to be in education because, you know, we can see that's really, health is really strong. We look at agri in particular as well because it might only be 1.5% of the economy, but in the medium term it's going to be really strong. So I think people forget, even the mining boom, their biggest employer is always going to be in the service sector. So you should think of the Australian economy 60-70% services. It's, you know, it's not as if it's small. And if people are prepared to spend on it, employment growth will continue. But I mean, the one that obviously is going to improve big time is health. Because the population gets older, you need more health care, you need more retirement villages, etc. And, you know, I've been doing a whole range of health seminars. They're all, what's interesting about the health area is there's no real online health. Whereas, you know, if you want to do your banking, you basically do it on your mobile. If you want to get a diagnosis, you go down and see the doctor. And they're building technology whereby on the back of your mobile phone you can get heart CGGs or whatever they call them. And you can. And the other example I was told was these Fitbits. Apparently there was some guy who was about 30, who was a friend of his professor of medicine, and he took the Fitbit back because it kept saying 220. And the guy looked at it, checked it, he said, there's nothing wrong with the Fitbit, it's you. 2 hours later he's in having an operation. So, you know, there are issues there, but I think Australia's going to continue on the service sector, and those areas are going to just, they're demographics basically, and as you get older you move more into health. As you get wealthier you get more into education. As you're in China, they really like our health, our education system, and then they also then like to have an apartment where their kids can stay. So I think those things are permanent.